party visits INEC, seeks end on abuse for rule of law. The leadership of Nigerian Youth Democratic Party (NYDP) has paid a visit to the Independent National Electoral Commission to register the party in preparation for the forthcoming election in Anambra State and in the 2023 general elections. We'll talk about this on the program shortly. The former governor of Jigawa State, Alhaji Sule Lamido, has alleged that the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) has no vision and described the APC as an assemblage of persons moved by anger, envy, and malice. Hello and thanks for joining us on the program. It is Talking Politics on your digital first Pan-African News Network, TS Television. I'm Musa Cecily, reaching you live from our Abuja studios in Nigeria. Let's get started tonight on the program. Today we bring you what the former governor of Jigawa State said about the APC not having a vision, as well as discuss some of the issues raised by the Nigerian Youth Democratic Party ahead of the Anambra and 2023 elections. But before we get into that conversation, let's take a look at some political headlines.
The Court of Appeal sitting in Benin City has set aside a ruling nullifying the candidacy of Pastor Osagi Izenyamu's running mate, Ganiyu Audu, in the September 19 governorship election. Audu's candidacy as deputy governor on the APC platform was nullified by the State High Court for presenting false information to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in his Form EC9 affidavit. The High Court ruled in a petition filed by Kaduri Oshoakeme challenging the candidacy of the APC deputy governorship candidate as running mate to Izenyamu. Following the High Court ruling, the APC governorship candidate Izenyamu filed an appeal seeking the court to set aside the judgment of the lower court and dismiss the suit filed by Kaduri Oshoakeme. The three-man panel in the judgment, read by Justice Biobele Georgewill, held that the appeal is meritorious. The court held that the matter was statute barred as the Electoral Act stipulated 7 days in Section 31, Subsection 3 and 289 of the Constitution, and that the matter was filed 2 days out of time. The appellate court therefore sets aside the judgment of the lower court. Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, yesterday gave resident electoral commissioners 1 week to submit the inventory for the 2023 general elections. Yakubu, who gave the directive at a meeting with the Rex in Abuja, said the 2023 general elections must be different from all previous elections in the country. He said the meeting was to, among other issues, review the engagement with stakeholders on the proposed expansion of voters' access to polling units, as well as the Commission's preparations for the commencement of the continuous registration of voters.
As you are also aware, the Commission is committed to deepening the culture of planning for elections. The current 5-year plan covering the period 2017 to 2021 expires this year. For this reason, a committee involving the participation of some resident electoral commissioners was inaugurated a few weeks ago to review the strategic plan and the strategic program of action to cover the next cycle of 5 years, 2022 to 2026. As we continue to plan for the next general election, the RECs have been directed to compile and submit an inventory of all election materials in order to determine shortfalls and take early steps to ensure their adequacy and availability.
He told the states that are yet to make their submissions to do so by the end of this week, saying that would enable the Commission to address some of the logistics issues that had become a recurring decimal in the conduct of elections in the past. The Nigerian Governors' Wives Forum has asked the federal and state governments to involve more women in policy and decision-making. In a statement issued on Monday to commemorate 2021 International Women's Day, the First Ladies called on leaders to provide adequate resources for the empowerment, education and training of women and girls. We therefore call on the federal and state governments to demonstrate the political will to ensure that the needs of the Nigerian women are addressed, involve more women in policy and decision-making at all levels. This statement partly read, "We therefore call on the federal and state governments to demonstrate the political will to ensure that the needs of the Nigerian women are addressed, involve more women in policy and decision-making at all levels," the statement partly read. It was jointly signed by First Lady Ekiti State and Chair, Nigerian Governors' Wives Forum, Erelu Bisi Fayemi, First Lady Niger State in Chair, Northern Governors' Wives Forum, Dr. Amina Abubakar Bello, and First Lady Edo State and Chair, Southern Governors' Wives Forum, Mrs. Betsy.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Now, the former governor of Jigawa State, Alhaji Sule Lamido, has alleged that the ruling All Progressive Congress APC has no vision. Speaking at the inauguration of Rumuji Iba Obele Isokbo Road in Emoa local government area of Rivers State, upon the invitation of the Rivers Governor Nyesom Wike, Lamido described the APC as an assemblage of persons moved by anger, envy, and malice. He said the remodeling of airports, rehabilitation of railway, and reforms that the current administration is boasting of are all initiatives of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Take a listen to him.
In the last 5 years of APC government, Nigeria has become more divided. There's more hate in the community, north and south, east and west, Christian and Muslims, even a neighbor and a neighbor. You have mega problems, you have also micro problems. From top to bottom, it's all confusion and crisis. So please keep on inviting your, even APC, call them here. Because we need to have leaders like you as governors seem to be working together to restore trust in Nigeria. That thing called trust in Nigeria is missing. It's gone. So please invite them, let them come. When we see you calling people, they are coming here and they call their areas. That means there is hope in Nigeria. So those who are trying to go into APC, for whatever reason of ambition, a word of caution. APC has disintegrated. There is no APC in Nigeria. Because there is no one single job anywhere, either in the north, or the president, because what people like me, they know, you know than us. What do we have for having Nigerian presidents from the north? Nothing. Nothing. So to us, is Nigerian president for Nigerian people. Nigerian people are both in the north and in the south. They're both Igbos, Yorubas, or Hausa of Fulani. They're also Christians, they're also Muslims. So it means it is our common humanity which should be uniting us.
Also, in another political development, the governor of Edo State, Mr. Obasaki, meets with Oshomole in Auchi, says he has no personal grudges with his predecessor, Mr. Adams Oshomole. Obasaki disclosed this to journalists in Auchi, Isako West local government area of the state at a birthday function they both attended. Now let's take a listen to the Edo governor.
Well, I mean, it's not unusual. I don't have anything personal against him. I don't like his politics, but there's nothing personal. I don't have anything personal against him. He hasn't done anything personal to me. So we all interacting in the interest of the country and the interest of our communities. It's a normal process. It's a zonal congress. It's been scheduled. It should have held today, but because of the local government elections in Delta, we moved it to Tuesday. It's a normal routine process to satisfy the constitution of a party. There's nothing amiss.
Can we say they are frenemies? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Now let's get into our subject matter for today. The leadership of Nigerian Youth Democratic Party, NYDP, was at the Independent National Electoral Commission to register the party in preparation for the forthcoming election in Anambra State and in the 2023 general elections. According to a statement made available to newsmen in the nation's capital city in Abuja, the party is calling on the electoral umpire, INEC, to do the needful and put an end to the issues of disrespect for the rule of law and what they called the display of abuse leading to bad governance. According to the NYDP, the statement says it is now time for the youth to take their place. We are joined tonight on the show via Zoom by Mr. Barry Avotu Johnson, the national chairman of the Nigerian Youth Democratic Party. Mr. Barry, you're welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
All right, now, your party recently paid a visit to the INEC office and made some certain demands. Can you just tell us what is the aim of your party, the Nigerian Youth Democratic Party?
Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to speak to Nigerians and people around the world about what's happening in the democratic issues happening in Nigeria. My party is called the Nigerian Youth Democratic Party, the NYDP, and we were in INEC to submit a letter of reminder to the management of INEC for the fact that we have written them officially to be registered, requesting to be registered as a political party under the electioneering process of the INEC as an umpire. And following the rule of law and the respect that it carries, we decided to do them a reminder to also play our own role.
Go ahead, please.
On Friday, and the letter is submitted. We have these letters, we have their acknowledgement, and we are waiting for INEC to do the needful. All we want is for INEC to do it right and the right way. Nigeria belongs to all of us. Nigeria does not belong to the north. Nigeria does not belong to the south, or nor Nigeria belonging to President Muhammadu Buhari or the APC or the PDP. We are Nigerians, and we should be given the opportunity to start in the activities of governance in Nigeria. And we talk about democracy being the game of the people. And this is another opportunity for us to do it the right way. I keep telling people, I keep telling the media, and I keep reminding the Nigerian youth, if INEC does not register NYDP, everything it does, from the activities of the Anambra State governorship election, must be declared as fraud and must be declared as abuse of power and disrespect for the rule of law. The NYDP are not the people who wrote or who designed the Electoral Act. We are only Nigerian citizens who decide to follow the Electoral Act, the laws that govern the activities of elections in Nigeria.
Now, Mr. Barry, sorry to butt in.
By giving letters to INEC telling them about it.
Mr. Barry, sorry to cut you in there. Can you say that your party has gone through the right process, the legal process, to ensure that you are registered? Have you taken all the process that is required of you to get your party registered by INEC?
It is a strive. We Nigerian youth are tired. We are over 150 million people online as members of this NYDP. So why should we beg anybody to come out for us? We are the chunk vote for any political party. And now we have decided to run a political party to take over the power of leadership in Nigeria, to put Nigeria on the right track and to rebuild a new country.
Now, Mr. Barry, my question is this. There are processes to these things. There are ways you go about registering your political party in Nigeria as stipulated by the Electoral Act. Has your party taken those steps to ensure that you are legally registered by INEC?
Well, you see, INEC has no right to register you. INEC has no right or power to call you or to declare you a political party. What INEC has power to do is to register you as a political party to participate under its electioneering process.
I understand. I understand that.
Or to address you as a political party are the people in the association. We have come together as Nigerian youth to decide what we want to be called. And we have decided to be called a political party under the name of the Nigeria Youth Democratic Party. We've been there since 1999, but we were not there as Nigeria Youth Democratic Party. We were there as NYDD. NYDD means Nigeria Youth Nigeria Youth Democratic Diplomat. But how can we be preaching the diplomacy of democracy to other African countries when our own democracy is wrong from its footing? So in 2018, with the lackadaisical attitude of the APC having controlled power since 2015, we decided to float a political party in 2018. And we changed from the NYDD to the NYDP. And that's what we've been running since. So there, the INEC must do the needful. INEC must not abuse its power. Only what we want is to follow the rule of law, which is in the Electoral Act. We have everything it takes to be a political party from the offices in all the 36 states of the Federation. Right now, as I'm talking to you, we have finished the formation of having our offices and our executive members in all the 774 local governments in Nigeria. We are looking forward to even appointing people to be chairmen in other countries of the world. For example, NYDP chairman, United States, NYDP chairman, England, NYDP chairman, Holland, Poland, Japan, Canada. That's what we're doing. We have close to 120 countries that we're working on now for us to have our people, Nigerians who are outside Nigeria, to join the party, to join the force against disgraceful elements of disunity, because that's what we see.
Now, Mr. Barry, let me ask you this question very quickly. You talked about your party making expansion plans. You're already working on being present in the 774 local governments across the nation. Now, you know politics is local. How strong is your party when it comes to grassroots politics? Do you think that with the major political parties we have in Nigeria, that of the ruling party, All Progressive Congress, and that of the opposition party, People's Democratic Party, do you think that NYDP has that grassroots structure that is needed to win an election or to get into power?
Let me tell you something about the Nigerian Youth Democratic Party. The Nigerian Youth Democratic Party is one of the strongest political arrangements in the history of African politics. We have members, I've just told you, online alone, we boast of 150 million youth online.
But you know elections are not won online.
So if you add the APC and the PDP together, we crush them as one individual, because we have what it takes. We have been the one already on ground for them in all their grassroots movements. No political party can boast without the youth. And we have been the youth in the APC and the PDP. And now we say we want our own political party. So how can they yell? I told you before, even if NYDP presents a group in 2023 as the presidential candidate for Nigeria, APC and PDP will be crushed as one element. A group will be presented that will deal with anybody presented by the PDP and the APC put together. APC is already a dead political party, just like the PDP. We see the APC as a sinking ship, while the PDP is already a dead carcass in a coffin. So why can you be comparing a carcass and a party that has structure in all the 774 local governments in Nigeria? Who are the people that the APC wants or the PDP wants to boast with in the grassroots? Are the youth. Now the youth are telling you that they have their own political party in the NYDP. So where will they have people? Did you not see their registration, party registration in the APC? Did you not see how shambles it is? Did you not see the kind of people they register, underage people? We have the pictures all over the place for the kind of people they register. So that shows that we are the people who make the activities of politics move in Nigeria. And today, those 10 people have decided to come together to form the NYDP, and we are going on our own. The APC and the PDP are on their own. But the Nigerian youth have decided to be in a business called the reformation agenda in the Nigerian Youth Democratic Party, the NYDP.
Okay, Mr. Barry.
Like how we go for publicity,
Mr. Barry,
we can run the party by ourselves. We don't need anybody to move Nigeria to the next level in the NYDP. We will move it ourselves. We have moved it to this level. How come have we been as popular as this?
Now, away from your numbers and structure, let's talk about your programs. Let's talk quickly about your programs. You just mentioned the transformation agenda. Can you take us through what that agenda seeks to offer Nigerians?
The NYDP has an agenda for free and compulsory education for our people. As far as you are a Nigerian child, as far as you are a Nigerian citizen, you are supposed to be educated. And we're talking about free and compulsory education, where our children will go to school with good shoes, good bags, good books, materials, and everything from nursery level to to the university, first degree. If you want to further education, you can move ahead. But the government of Nigeria, under the Nigerian Youth Democratic Party, will provide a free and compulsory education for our children, from nursery to university first degree. We owe them that. Because if Nigerians are not educated enough, you cannot see people who go and receive 2,000 naira every 4 years to vote for criminals. I beg your pardon for using that language, but that's what it is. We have seen since 1960 they've not been able to provide ordinary drinking water for our people. So why should we be voting for people who don't understand what leadership takes? Why should we be voting for people who don't understand the politics of policies and the policies of politics? Why should we vote for people who cause division across bonds in Nigeria? Why should we vote for people who don't understand what it takes to be in leadership? Why should we vote for people who are incapacitated? Why should we vote for people who our constitution does not give the privilege to contest, talk less of voting for? So basically, we are talking about programs for our country, programs that are positive, programs that are not white elephant projects, as simple as agriculture. They cannot provide for Nigerians. We are going to provide agricultural development for our people. We're not talking about Irene. We're not talking about Naira money, money Naira, market money, women money. No, we're talking about incentives, blockchain technology that can provide employment for our youth, for our women, even for the old people. We saw a political party in 2015 who said it's going to be paying socials to Nigerians who don't work. We have not seen that. We are going to do something better than that. Our agricultural development project is on ground. Our financial system recovery is on ground. We have told Nigerians that we are going to use the financial inclusion using the digital currency, cryptocurrency, to provide 100,000 jobs in every 3 months for 4 years. And that's the same formula that the CBN is trying to stop, which we fought and we won. Now it has been suspended. We are waiting for the Nigerian government to invite us as a political party to sit down and tell them what it takes to provide this job for Nigerian youth and for the aged people. We are going to use the financial inclusion using an adopted coin, owned and fashioned by a Nigerian. The whole Nigeria knows what Zuga coin is. Zuga coin is just like the Bitcoin. But Zuga coin is being organized and created by a Nigerian. That's why we want to partner with them to create 100,000 jobs in every 3 months until it's 4 years. It's a blockchain technology that should be used in agriculture, that should be used in small-scale businesses and craft businesses. We want to look at the entertainment industry. We are going to create an entertainment ministry out of the Ministry of Information and National Orientation. Let the Ministry of Entertainment have itself by itself, and you will see what will happen.
Now, Mr. Barry,
when Nigeria had a dying economy, we saw what the entertainment industry provided on the table for our GDP. So that's what we're looking at.
Mr. Barry,
the Ministry of Entertainment should have things like Department of Comedy, Department of Fashion, Department of Music, Department of Entertainment, show business, and all of that. Nigerian youth are the biggest craft talent in Africa, given to them by God Almighty. So why can't we harness this thing?
Mr. Barry,
the administration provided one particular funding that we have not seen, that we cannot access till date. Is that a funding? That's not a funding.
Now, Mr. Barry, there's this argument that youths have energy, they have tenacity, but they do not have the finances to trade in the political arena in Nigeria. Where does your political party hope to gather funds, to be able to put your programs into actualization?
Well, I think we have a blueprint by the Nigerian Youth Democratic Party, NYDP, and when the time comes for us to roll out these activities, the world will see. We are going to provide a constant electricity to Nigerians. We are going to celebrate that in a day the whole world will look at Nigeria. We are going to make sure We dismantle the activities of business in the power sector that is not beneficial to Nigerians. We are going to provide constant electricity supply to every home in Nigeria. In 1 year, it is possible. We have the master plan already on ground, just like the free and compulsory education plan. We have the master plan to provide working hospitals for our people with facilities. Working hospitals for our people with facilities. And we are going to enter the business of training and retraining of people who will man machines that we don't need to travel abroad for medical tourism anymore. People from all over the world will be coming to Nigeria to get treated, just like the way Nigerians are going to London, just the way Nigerians are going to Saudi Arabia. People across the world will come to Nigeria for medical checkup.
Now, Mr. Barima,
of the highest scale. We have the personnel. What we need is the leadership.
my final question before we let you go on the show tonight. Now, if INEC fails to register your party before the Anambra elections and, of course, the 2023 elections, what would be your reaction and what would be the position of your party?
Definitely, the rule of law must take its course. If INEC does not want Nigerian youths to play over the streets like the NSAS, they should not dare. I'm not threatening the INEC chairman. I'm not threatening President Muhammadu Buhari and the APC. I am speaking from the rule of law that the Electoral Act of the Federal Republic of Nigeria provides in its constitution. The rule of law must be followed. We are already in talks with the United Nations. We are already in talks with every government that has something to do with the support for democracy for Nigeria, the United States, Great Britain, France, Russia. We are talking with them to speak to President Buhari through the INEC chairman to do the needful. Nigeria Youth Democratic Party must be registered as a political party to participate in the Anambra elections because we have everything it takes by the Electoral Act. There is no way I can even have a dream that NYDP is not registered by INEC. If INEC does not want the trouble for it to stop activities across Nigeria, they will do the needful. That's why we have said in different speeches and different press releases and conferences across bounds, INEC must do the needful. INEC should not be left to be used to disrupt Nigeria, because any attempt not to register the Nigeria Youth Democratic Party will spell doom for Nigeria as a country. It is not a threat, but we are telling you that that is what it will entail. Nigerian youth cannot sit down and watch a caricature of a structure as a political party under the NYDP. We know that INEC chairman is capable of doing the right thing at the right time, and we urge him, we use this opportunity to call him to order if he's being disordered, if he's being displaced, to understand that the only legitimate organization to participate in this forthcoming Anambra election and the 2023 general election is the Nigeria Youth Democratic Party under the acronym of the NYDP. For it to present a result that the world will receive, we accept, it means that we are on the ballot. And that's why we have called up the NSAS movement, and that's why we have called out all Nigerian youth to desist from anybody who is gathering people in Lagos to disrupt governance. We are not part of that. We are calling the youth to understand that the only way to protest is on the ballot. We are calling Nigerian youth to desist from any protest organized by Chowore or by Deji or anybody. What we want to do is to respect the rule of law and to obey the rules provided by the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria at this time. Be it an APC government or the PDP government, what matters is that Nigeria must remain an indivisible country under God for us to enjoy good life as a country should be. So we are calling on all Nigerian youth again and again to listen and don't be used by any politician to disrupt the process of elections or the process of governance. What matters is a country that must be peaceful, where true Democrats will be given opportunity to contest elections come 2023 with a yardstick sample of the Anambra State election. So we are calling on INEC. We are not begging. We are not appealing. We are telling INEC to do the needful.
Mr. Barry, I'm afraid we're out of time.
INEC must do their part.
Mr. Barry, I'm afraid we're out of time. I would have loved to continue on the conversation with you. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for sharing thoughts with us. We've been speaking with Mr. Barry Avotu Johnson, National Chairman of the Nigerian Youth Democratic Party. Thank you for your time, Mr. Barry.
Thank you so much for having me, and God bless you.
That's it for today on the program Talking Politics. Do well to log on to our website www.tstvnetwork.com to watch more episodes of Talking Politics. You can follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TOS TV Network. I'm Musa Ze Isesele. Goodbye and God bless you.